You probably already know that people are using AI for coaching style support. They're using it to calm anxiety, to think through decisions, to process emotions, to rehearse conversations that they're afraid to have. This is already happening, and it's a completely normal part of life with AI. But this reality does not make it harder to build a coaching practice. It actually creates opportunity, but only if we understand what's changing instead of reacting emotionally to it. In this episode, I'm going to tell you how you need to change your marketing today so that you can find and help the clients who are waiting for you and the change that you bring about. Let's go. So, what I see a lot of newer life coaches doing right now is swinging between two extremes. They're either trying to compete with AI or they're pretending that it doesn't matter. And neither approach works. Because when a tool becomes widely available and widely adopted, it doesn't eliminate the demand. It reshapes how people enter the market. And AI is reshaping how people enter the personal growth space. And if we understand this shift, then we stop panicking and we start positioning ourselves intelligently. So there is some data that we can't ignore. And we don't have to guess about this. We actually have the numbers. A nationally representative study published in the JAMA Network Open found that 1 in 8 adolescents and young adults in the US have already used generative AI for mental health or emotional support. And among ages 18 to 21, the number is even higher. And importantly, over 90% said that it helped. A meta-analysis published in another major mental health publication reviewed multiple studies on mental health chatbots and found that they are often associated with reductions in anxiety and psychological distress, particularly in the short term. And a peer-reviewed study in Scientific Reports found that AI tools can increase emotional self-efficacy, meaning that people feel more capable of managing their emotions. So yes, people are already doing internal emotional work with AI. That's the baseline now. And so why does AI feel so effective to users? And there's an important psychological reason that AI feels so helpful early on. Research on computer-mediated communication shows that people often disclose more honestly and more quickly when there's no fear of judgment or a social consequence. This is sometimes referred to as a psychological disinhibition. People feel safer opening up when they won't be evaluated, they won't be embarrassed, and they won't disappoint someone. This makes sense. AI creates a low risk space for early reflection. And this explains why AI is so effective for early stage processing. And it also explains why it stops working at a certain point. And there is a critical distinction in thinking versus change. And here's where we need human coaches, because internal processing of thoughts and emotions are not the same as transformation. And understanding a pattern is not the same as changing it. Behavioral psychology has shown for decades that self-mastery, internal work and support, and not insight alone, predict lasting change. AI can help people understand. It can help them think. It can help them prepare. But preparation is not action. And action is where coaching begins. So what does this mean? This is where human coaching comes in. AI is filtering the people who enter the coaching. People who only want to think will stay with AI. People who realize that thinking isn't enough start looking for support. This means that clients who come to us now are often more self-aware, more articulate, more motivated, and more ready because AI is doing the early sorting for us. And this makes marketing easier. Marketing feels hard when you're trying to convince people that they have a problem, but AI is already helping many people see the problem. And so our role shifts from awakening to supporting follow through. And this is why your messaging matters so much right now. So how do we adjust our marketing with the world of AI? Step 1, stop leading with clarity. If your messaging centers on, I help you gain clarity, I help you understand yourself, I help you figure things out, then you're competing with AI. And those things aren't wrong. They're just no longer scarce. Step number 2, start leading with execution. Language that resonates now sounds like, you know what needs to change, but you're not doing it. You keep looping, even though you understand why. Or insight hasn't turned into action yet. That language lands with people who are already reflected. Step number 3, use accountability as a differentiator. There's classic research showing that people are 65% more likely to reach a goal if they commit to someone else, and up to 95% more likely with ongoing accountability. So this isn't about motivation, it's about structure and support. And that's what we sell as coaches. So here's some examples and some phrases that you can use directly or adapt. If you've already thought this through but still feel stuck, that's where I help. Clarity isn't your problem, follow through is. Or I work with people who know what needs to change and want support doing it. Or if insight hasn't turned into action yet, this program may be the missing piece. All of these positions you next to AI and not against it. But relationship still matters. Relationships matter now more than ever. Across decades of therapy and coaching research, one of the strongest predictors of change is the quality of the relationship, often called the therapeutic alliance. It predicts outcomes more strongly than technique or modality. AI cannot form a true alliance. It can stimulate empathy linguistically through words, but it cannot offer relational presence over time. Now, it's important here that we zoom out for a minute. Even as digital tools expand, the coaching industry itself has not shrunk. According to the International Coaching Federation, demand for coaching continues to grow globally. Clients are not choosing between AI or a coach. They're choosing both. And so it's not a threat. AI is not a threat. It's context. We need to reframe how we as coaches are going to use AI, because AI is raising the baseline. People are thinking more. They're reflecting earlier. They're naming patterns sooner, which means that when they hire us as their coaches, they're ready to work. AI doesn't replace coaching. It helps us find clients who are ready for change. So what can we do? Here are some concrete steps that you can take right now. 1, rewrite one piece of marketing to focus on follow-through, not insight. Number 2, normalize prior reflection or AI use in your messaging. Number 3, practice explaining how you support action over time. Stop apologizing for being human instead of instant, because you don't need to outsmart AI. You can't, but you do need to position yourself differently. If you're a newer life coach or an overwhelmed life coach and AI has made you feel uncertain, know that this moment is not closing doors, but it is changing the path. And so our work as coaches is shifting from help me think to help me change. And that is work that humans are uniquely good at. Before you go, if these conversations help you think more clearly about your business and help you feel calmer about your marketing, please make sure that you follow or subscribe to this podcast. Every episode is designed to help you grow without burning out or second guessing yourself.